Hello dear viewers, today we'll be going over a very interesting fight, so bear with me. Monkey D. Luffy, one of the four current and youngest emperors of the sea, a boy with a dream of becoming the king of the pirates, versus Ryomen Sukuna, the king of curses and the strongest sorcerer in history. How would this fight go down? Well, I'm here today to tell you just that. Before we start though, I want to mention that in this fight Sukuna will have two restrictions. First one being his domain expansion due to its sure hit effect and durability ignoring factor. Luffy cannot handle his domain and will be immediately killed before the fight even starts due to him being unable to use any sort of anti-domain techniques. And second one being Sukuna's water from Max Elephant of the Ten Shadows. This one being obvious since it's seawater which is Luffy's weakness and it would be kinda cheating. Let's go over Luffy's powers first. He's the wielder of Hito no Mi model Nika, which currently allows Luffy to stretch his body and do many amazing things. He can also use the advanced form of every single haki, armament which increases his durability and strength, almost like an invisible armor. Emission which increases his range by a bit, internal destruction which is pretty much self-explanatory, observation which allows him to see slightly into the future, conquerors which allows him to knock out those with weak will, infusion which buffs him generally, and well, whatever this is. It allows him to dodge punches without thinking, but it's not that strong and he can't attack back either. Now for Sukuna's powers. He has two kinds of cutting power. First one being dismantle, which he can create just by thinking, and it moves so fast that Gojo barely saw it, even with his 6 eyes, and it can easily slice through multiple buildings. Cleave, which is another cutting power, but this time Sukuna has to touch the target in order to cut them. And Cleave perfectly adjusts to the durability, meaning it will always cut no matter what. Then he has the 10 shadows, but we only care about Maharaga. Rest are too weak. Maharaga has ability to adapt to any attack, a process which can take from 30 seconds to a few minutes. Then there is Fuga, Sukuna's fire arrow, which could easily destroy Maharaga and the whole city block with it at 15 fingers. Then there is World Bisecting Dismantle, which borrows properties from Cleave. Its ranged and completely ignores durability. Sukuna needs to chant the words and make hand signs in order to use it though. Sukuna also has two curse tools. Kamtoke, which allows him to summon huge lightnings, and Hiten, with unknown abilities. Sukuna can also place Mahoraga's will on himself, allowing him to take adaptation properties for himself. He's also a master of reverse curse technique, which allows him to regenerate almost every damage he receives, including restoring his heart and limbs. In fact, his mastery was so perfect he's the first known sorcerer to be able to use it on not only himself but on others too, and even after that only two more such sorcerers were born. But this fight is more unfair than you might think. Luffy would immediately jump straight into use internal destruction on Sukuna, which he will easily regenerate. Luffy will throw more of it to hurt him, but 1 to 5 punches are enough for Sukuna to completely adapt to internal destruction, meaning it's now completely useless for Luffy. Luffy cannot afford to take hits from Sukuna. As soon as Sukuna touches him, he will activate Cleave and it will be 100% lethal for Luffy. As for Luffy, he could easily dodge dismantle attacks due to him being able to see the future. And Sukuna's extremely powerful curse tool Kametoke is completely useless against Luffy because he's made out of rubber and is immune to lightning. Sukuna also has no way of landing Fuga because it's very slow and low range, meaning it's easy for Luffy to dodge. But that's about all where the good things for Luffy end. As in order to do any significant damage to Sukuna, you need to touch his soul or damage his frontal lobe, which is responsible for cursed energy management. And even if that, Sukuna still managed to restore his frontal lobe in chapter 260 when he expanded his domain for the second time. And even after all of this, Luffy miraculously manages to kill Sukuna, it's still not over, because when a sorcerer is murdered without Jujutsu or a curse tool, they're brought back to life as a curse. As we saw in Naoya's case, curses are completely invisible to non-sorcerers and Luffy can't interact with him while Sukuna can. Curses are also only killed by curse techniques or curse tools, which is stated in chapter 4, meaning Luffy has no way of harming Sukuna while in cursed form, while Sukuna can touch him and end him with cleave in an instant. So no matter what Luffy does, the king of the curses will emerge victorious. Please